As the Galloping Ghost rounds pylon 8, it suddenly pitches up hard.
What's happening?
All of a sudden I hear the spotters gasp.
Jimmy Leewood has lost control of his aircraft.
Oh no, Jimmy.
The airplane had deviated some 80 or 90 degrees from the direction it had been flying.
This was not a normal Mayday pull-up. When it reached the top of the arc and started coming down, you could see that this airplane was out of control. Everybody realized that there's a big problem here.
Jesus, no.
A P-51 Mustang spirals out of control at the Reno air races and dives towards thousands of spectators.
The airplane's coming straight at me. The last thing I saw was the sunlight shining off the chrome spinner.
He's coming right at us!
And all I could do was get down as low as I can.
The Galloping Ghost slams into the ground, just 20 feet behind the Morecambe family.
It was literally like a bomb went off.
All available emergency personnel to the apron.
Next thing I see is this black mass right in front of the bleachers.
In just 9 seconds, this race has turned into a nightmare. It's the worst disaster in the history of the Reno air races.
The worst year that we had had previously was 2007, where 3 pilots died. But never before had we injured a spectator.
Luckily, there is no fire. But the heavy impact has showered spectators with oil and deadly debris.
I stayed up in the tower to manage the incident command scene. It was really difficult to stay up there. And the natural response of a first responder is to want to go down there and provide your own 2 hands to a situation.
Ron Morecambe isn't hurt.
It was just a second later, and I realized I didn't get hit. And I saw my wife. She was bleeding from the head. She had stuff all over her, oil and gasoline. So I grabbed her and got her out of the debris field. And so I turned around and went back to my father, who himself was in shock.
It's gonna be okay, Dad.
I said, it's gonna be okay. And he says, no, it's not gonna be okay. And he pointed over and he says, that's Greg laying over there.
That's Greg lying over there.
And I looked over back at the booth and I saw my brother laying down, face down on the ground.
With the help of a paramedic, Ron tries to save his brother. He has a serious head wound and a faint pulse. But there's nothing they can do. Greg's injury is fatal.
I knelt down. I told him I loved him. And then I asked God to take care of him.
Ron Morecambe's wife and father are soon transported to hospital along with 62 other injured spectators. The crash kills 11 people, including Galloping Ghost pilot Jimmy Leewood.
I knew right away Jimmy was gone.
Good Christ.
I knew there was no way that he could have survived something like that. He had been such a dear, dear friend. I just cried.
I'm Clint Cruikshanks. This is Howard Plagans with the NTSB. We've been authorized to take over this investigation.
Investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board are already on site, promoting air safety awareness. They've witnessed the crash.
Watching the accident happen was quite unique. We saw the airplane pitch up, roll over, hit the crowd, and the three of us working were stunned. Portions of the airplane ended up about 100 yards from where we were sitting.
It can sometimes take days to start an investigation.